Love it.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first time everyone's staying quiet during the starting Zoom stream. I just ruined it.
Look, I've got a plan for this.
It's really accurate.
Not again.
It's really accurate, champ.
I know. I'm just gonna leave it there anytime I just don't feel like talking anymore.
That's so good. I need to get one of those. Sounds like a win.
It's called Paint. It's called the Paint application.
The Paint application.
They make the best porno grind logos in Paint.
This is also true. Did you watch that video, John?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched enough. I now have a pretty good understanding of porno grind. That's for sure.
So the question is, when are we starting a porno grind band? That is the number one question.
I think writing the lyrics would be pretty fun and easy. So
it would be.
Or singing. I mean, I don't know. We could do why make it porno grind? Why not porno power metal? You know?
I agree. I agree.
If anything, you're hiding behind the harsh vocals.
We were thinking about making a genre called moist grind. So we have which would include jazz in it. We'd have jazz, a little bit of jazz in there, so to spice it up in the middle sections.
It'd be those heavy guitar riffs with jazz leads.
Yeah,
and then somebody just playing like the squishiness in the background the whole time.
Moist porno grind,
the little chainsaw in there too.
You guys down with that? Guys, we start this right away. Get this rolling. I think this is our calling, guys.
It's a lot easier.
I'm down. Sign me on.
Trying to get this chat working, guys. I'll be right up in a second. All right, we're live, by the way. Welcome to Japanese. Oh my god, I always mess this up every time.
Do you not know what we're doing here tonight?
No, I don't know what we're doing too. But this is a podcast where we talk about Japanese music news. But today we have an interview with John. What was your Johnny Cakes? Is that what you said?
Johnny Cakes, yeah. Some people call me that.
Mr. Cakes, welcome.
Mr. Cakes himself.
I'm not sure what you said in your little short. I think it was like, was that what you said?
It's your boy Johnny Cakes.
Yeah. See, it's your boy.
It's your boy.
That's his real legal name. He came out like that.
Legal name.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, man. So this is John from the band Judicator.
Judicator.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me.
If you notice, he's not. You're not Japanese, correct?
No, I don't think. I took one of the 23andMe blood DNA tests, and it was just like 100% England, Norway, and Netherlands. So there's not a drop of Asian in me at all.
I'm not sure what we're doing here. What are we doing here?
Well, apparently his band is so good that he's broken our entire guideline for how we do our show.
I might agree to that because I've Alan brought up to me recently, and I checked him out and I really liked what I was hearing. So if we're gonna talk to this guy and be like, that's freaking cool because this guy's awesome.
Yeah, we're like,
well, that's joining us today too.
So the way that we broke the rules is we said we'll show him Japanese music. There we go. We'll introduce him to Japanese music, and we justified it. so you were the first.
How did this band get on your radar, Alan?
Oh, they got on my radar because Growl from Twitch had recommended you guys. He actually paid $15 for a request. So shout out to him, and we appreciate the donation. So he donated to have your song be heard. And I listened to it on stream, and I didn't know what was happening. You saw the reaction. While I was watching it, I was like, I like this so much. I don't know why I like it. And it wasn't like my style of music, but it was so good. It was like in a key that I just enjoyed. And I'm not the hugest power metal band, but I've also played a lot of power metal. I enjoy playing it more than listening. But I like something about your voice. I loved it. The guitars. Everybody was like happy. It felt good. It just felt good. And then you hold out the VHS of the notebook, and I completely fucking lost my mind. because I was like, I knew it. I knew there's something up because I wasn't picking up on
that video, and he laughed for a good like 15 minutes.
Yeah, we
straight.
cut out like a 3-minute, 5-minute chunk of me just laughing. It's literally just me. I couldn't get my shit together to keep reacting. So like for the actual video on YouTube, we like trimmed it down, but it was literally like 10 minutes.
6 hours later.
Yeah.
It also helps that the next scene is the drummer just going,
Yeah.
Dude,
which that was the part that got me.
Dude, it was ridiculous, man. That drummer had me dying. What's his name?
Jordan Elsess.
He just needs to make that face the whole time. Dude, if
Do we
he
have
was...
to do the cough every time that we say his name?
Yeah.
It's not part of his name. So Alan mentioned you guys. So I was at work and I was like, I'll throw it on and see what's up. So I started listening to it. I'm like, this is really, really fucking good. I really like this. And you know, these guys take their shit seriously. They're not clowning around.
Well, there was some clowning.
And then I see a comment from Alan. He's like, "Look at this. This is hilarious." I'm like, "What do you mean hilarious? These guys aren't. They're not clowning." Then I watch one of the videos. I'm like, "Oh, okay." It's just great, man. Because I just it sounded just like, you know, serious. We take their shit seriously, which you obviously take it seriously because you're really good at what you do. But it was nice to see not
Sense
too
of humor.
seriously, you know.
Yeah, well, I think we want to take the music seriously, but long story short, we felt this was the direction to go with the first music video that we were going to release with this new lineup. Actually, technically the second, but the first new song with a music video. It was sort of like a statement, and we just felt like it was like the perfect storm, really.
It came off really well, and I like the idea of like what you just said, where it's like we take the music seriously, but maybe don't take yourselves too seriously. You know what I mean? Like that's I think that's a great approach to music in general. You know, like you should always be trying your hardest at the music that you create, but at the same time, maybe like, you know, have some leniency about yourself and who you are and how you represent yourself to other people.
Yeah, in a review, I think that I saw recently, they used one of the photos from our photo shoot where everybody in the band is smiling, and they commented like, "It's nice to see people in metal like smiling. You don't normally see that. It's always like brooding and serious and stuff." And we're like, how you doing?
Well, and that brings us to the
That's
whole
a nice
Japanese.
bridge into the Japanese.
Yeah,
side of
Yeah,
things.
I was about to say the same thing.
Exactly. I think that's why we're huge fans of Japanese metal and hard rock and all the genres so much, is because they're smiling. And I think that's the other bridge like between it all, I think. It's just you can be badass and not be fucking miserable about it.
Yeah.
You know. So and all the stuff they have on there, like you guys should check it out on your actual channel. You have a bunch of funny snippets here and there. They have one where it looks like almost like a Queen kind of setup with all four of you guys and the Majesty of Decay. That one just came out.
Yeah, that's your latest album, right? Majesty of Decay, out in November.
Yeah, the latest album has been out for 2 weeks this Friday, I think, and it's called The Majesty of Decay. So we have the one music video, The High Priestess, which is very laid back and fun, and then we have the title track music video, which is definitely more moody and more like serious. So we're playing both sides of the coin with our music videos this time around.
What inspired The High Priestess? Was it like what gave you the idea to even do that song?
The song or the music video?
All of it.
Okay, so writing the music for this album, for those who don't know, I wrote all of the music and lyrics for this album, and that is not the way it's going to be moving forward. This album was sort of a special case, but I viewed this really as my opportunity to just have fun and do whatever I had been wanting to do, but which I couldn't up until that point. So with The High Priestess, I had watched the movie from the 70s called The Warriors, and I really enjoyed the soundtrack. And I thought, man, wouldn't it be cool to write a song that incorporates elements of that kind of funk, you know, atmospheric funk or whatever you might call it. And that sort of turned into something that reminded me of Tom Jones, and I have a crush on Tom Jones. So everything that I do gets put through a prism of metal, and so it came out metal funk Tom Jones.
That's a really good explanation of it, honestly.
That
Love it.
explains everything now, because I'm like, where is all this coming from? Because I think it was the trumpets that came in. I'm like, again, like mind blown. I'm like, I was not expecting this in the middle of a power metal song.
Good.
Yeah,
That's so good.
I got to tell you, I think Mir has a similar issue as I do with the genre of power metal in general, in that we respect a lot of it. It takes a lot of technical proficiency. A lot of those bands are fantastic, but you know, some of it starts to sound samey after a while, you know. And I think that when I first turn on, and I listened to like 4 songs that you dropped on the new album so far. Like I really like Ursa Major also, but the High Priestess, I feel like it didn't feel like, even though the vocals were power metal and some of the, like, you know, guitar lines felt power metal-y, it didn't feel like a power metal song to me. It felt like a song that I can't put into a genre. Like it bent the genre so far that I can't slot it into anything, and you created your own little box with it. I think that's super respectable, and that's what will keep people around for it, you know.
I completely
Thank
agree.
you. Yeah, big thank you. Yeah, I mean, with the High Priestess, really, it was just writing. I don't know, like, so I have noticed that in music, I feel like there is a sort of orthodoxy that people adhere to, and I get it, but I don't like it as somebody participating in the music. And what I'm talking about is the biggest example I can think of is you do a riff 4 times, you do the part 4 times, you do the vocal line 4 times. Like it's always 4. It's always in blocks of 4. And so as like writing and listening, I'm like, move it, do something new. Like you don't have to repeat it 3. So anyway, I found with this album, I really enjoy repetitions of 3 instead of 4.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, just I don't know. I feel like people get attached to what they are hearing, and so they write what they are hearing instead of looking to other sources of inspiration, or even taking a step back completely from music to write something that like comes from, I don't know, like the unconscious or something. I'm rambling, but just all that being said, I really enjoy being creative and having fun with writing music.
Now, have you had other reactions to the High Priestess before? Like,
yeah, by and large, the reactions have been positive. The most negative responses came when we first dropped the single and music video, and that's because the body of our catalog preceding the Majesty of Decay is all very much like one style, or there's a consistency there among styles. But then our principal songwriter left the band in 2020, which is why I wrote this newest album. And so there was always this question mark, like, okay, without the principal songwriter, what is the Nudicator, the new Judicator going to sound like?
The Nudicator. And that should be a song.
That sounds like a porn grind.
That a song?
That's a porno grind.
That's its name right
That's
there.
another song. The Nudicator.
It's a
there
double.
we go.
It's an entendre because you Nudicator and Nudicator.
Nude.
There's one you want to see and one you probably don't.
Nudicator.
No.
The Nudicator. Who just said that?
But so
that's cool though, man.
We had a discussion about what, because the first music video, the first song that we released was going to be very important, because it was going to be sort of the statement of, this is who we are now, and this is what you can expect. And I originally wanted to make Ursa Major the music video and the first single, because it's more in line with what we've done before. But our drummer, who we mentioned earlier, Jordan, he really enjoyed the High Priestess, and he really believed in the High Priestess. He thought, this is a song that feels classic. This is a song that's different, that's bold, that's daring.
Yeah.
And so he really fought for the High Priestess, and he convinced me and the other person who was on my side to to make the
Jordan,
opening song and everything.
good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Jordan.
Good job, Jordan.
So, all right. So you said you became the primary songwriter then for this whole album, yeah?
For the album, yeah.
So how does that work when you do you create a whole architecture for the band to kind of look at and follow, or do they take from it and do, add to it? Do you present them with a demo?
Well, I did my writing in Guitar Pro, which you guys probably are familiar
I do
with.
that. That's how I write.
All right, yeah. So I wrote everything in Guitar Pro. I wrote at least a skeleton or a scaffolding, and then the rest of the band came in and they molded the parts and made it their own. So there's a lot of diversity throughout the album. But I think everybody having their fingers in the songwriting at least a little bit helped to achieve, I think, some kind of continuity between these songs, which would otherwise be really distractingly different.
And what instruments do you play?
I play guitar, bass, and piano, but I would not say that I'm a pianist or a guitarist or a bassist.
You can figure out parts you need.
I can play the guitar, I can play the bass, I enjoy plinking on the piano, but yeah, I'm not going to hold my own with somebody who's actually a guitarist. I definitely consider myself a singer-songwriter and lyricist, but yeah.
When did you start learning how to sing? How did that all come about? Your career as a singer?
I started out self-taught. I as a kid fell in love with the Beatles, and long story short, that ended up I found Iron Maiden and Ozzy Osbourne, and that led into you have your entry level bands, your gateway bands, and that leads into a whole diaspora of different kinds of music and bands and stuff. So but yeah, I mean, singing, teaching myself how to sing was good, I think, because I learned a lot about my body and the way that my body responds to what I'm trying to do, and finding out, I don't know, it got me in touch with my body. But there was a time where I was singing along to Bruce Dickinson's song Arc of Space, and there's a high note in there that it wasn't Arc of Space. Anyway, it was a Bruce Dickinson song. There's a high note at the end. I'm driving and I'm singing and I'm hitting this high note, and everything just kind of goes black. And I wake up and I'm about to, luckily I was in a neighborhood, but I was about to run into a tree. And luckily I was only going 15 or 12 miles an hour. But when I passed out trying to hit that extended long high note, I was like, I have got to take lessons.
Yeah.
This is not
man.
I almost died from not taking lessons, so I guess that'll do
That's
it.
a good reason to take some lessons.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's
Your
a
potential
clip.
death.
Hey, if you don't want to die while singing, make sure you take vocal lessons.
I was like,
I've
something
never
is
heard
wrong.
of voice actors blacking out from excessive vocal use. That's crazy.
Interesting. Well, that was what went through my mind. Is I was idolizing Bruce Dickinson at the time, and I'm like, I've never seen him pass out on stage from singing a high note.
He probably had lessons.
That is nuts, man. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, when did you start the lessons? What age did you start learning on your own and self-teaching, just like as a kid?
Yeah, I think I started self-taught probably 12, 13, 14. And
okay.
I started lessons probably 14, 15, or 16, somewhere in that age range.
That's good, man. So you just mimicked your favorite artists and stuff like that, and kind of built it up to that. That's so cool.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is the same process for everybody, but it's like I started out as a Bruce Dickinson clone, and then I was a Hansi Kirsch clone, and I'd like to think that now I have my own kind of style and sound, but the fans or not fans will determine that, I guess.
I gotta
think that's how
say,
it goes. You always try and emulate your heroes, or whoever gets you into the music. You try and sound like. For me, it was probably Stevie Ray Vaughan. Like once I started singing and stuff, and then once I played out, and people were like, man, you sound just like Stevie. I'm like, I kind of want to sound like Ryan Muir. Thanks.
Yeah, I went through the same thing when I first decided to take guitar lessons. I was because I self-taught myself also, but I decided, maybe I should learn how to play guitar for real instead of just saying, hey, yeah, I hit the fourth thing over on this thing that I'm holding right
There's
now,
nothing wrong with
so
that.
right. But I went in there and I expressly said to my teacher, can you teach me how to play like Dimebag Darrell? Like, just straight up. I just want to play like Pantera, period. That's all I cared about. And then eventually you break free of that.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's part of the process too of just acquiring different skills and things that you like to do. There are Hansi Kirschisms or Bruce Dickinson isms that I have kept even to this day just because I like them. Those things that they do while singing, I just am attracted to them.
I did not pick up any of those vocal styles that much, actually.
I was just gonna say, man,
Good.
there's influences I consider influences that when I mention them, people are like, "What are you talking about? You don't sound like Nine Inch Nails and Faith No More and Stevie Ray Vaughan." I'm like, I know, but things they did influenced like how I approach certain things, and it's in there. But yeah, it's kind of masked.
Yeah,
that's how you want it to be. Like you want to have the influence to take you to where you need to be, but you don't want the influence to shine through so much that people think that you are trying to be them.
It could be how you hit like one bridge note is the way that Dickinson would do it, and you just like that certain thing that somebody does, and it doesn't sound like anybody else, but you pull it off.
Who mixed this album?
So.
Excuse me?
Who mixed this album?
This was mixed by a longtime friend of mine named Carlos Alvarez of Dirty Viking Studio.
Gotcha. So that way, I was watching your track where you do the 4 tracks, and that was something that really makes it different sounding, like in the High Priestess song that I don't really hear as much in power metal. Also, that makes it sound way different because normally it's just one solid belted out vocal line. Sometimes it's doubled, but not very often. So when I saw like the 4 different tracks and how in sync it was, how in time you were with your voice, was that like something you decided you wanted in that mix, or was it the guy mixing you?
Well, so I've always been into double tracking, so I don't do just like one lead vocal. I'll do one, and what he does is he keeps one at the regular level and he reduces one to like it's almost like just a texture. I don't know. I was always attracted to Queen and Blind Guardian and Styx and these bands who just are like grandiose with their vocals. So it's something that I really tried to I guess emulate and reproduce in my own way throughout the years, and I think I've learned when to use restraint and when to go all out with it.
That's awesome. I didn't even think about Blind Guardian. I forgot Blind Guardian does that a lot too. I haven't listened to him in a very long time. It's a really good point. Yeah. So, one of the questions that we all want to know is, what is your favorite what do they call those pillows? Your tall pillow?
Your anime body pillow?
Yeah. What's your So, I think everyone's been really waiting for that question to be answered, especially Ryan.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a custom life-size body pillow of Stannis Baratheon from Game of Thrones.
Oh my!
I just think he would be a really good bedfellow and somebody really nice to nuzzle up to at the end of the day.
And his expression never changes anyway, so it's perfect for a body pillow.
Just this the whole time.
Nice.
What was the other question we had? The memes.
What?
You said something about a meme that you wanna.
Oh
yeah.
I mean, I was just joking.
No, we gotta know now.
It was just the top 5 Ahegao gifts.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Is that number 1? The body pillow? It's got to be, right?
Well, if you can find a Stannis Baratheon Ahegao, then that's my number 1.
It probably exists out there, man. Not gonna lie.
Mikoto says he loves a stern man.
I love a strong, stern man. Somebody really just hold me down. And
damn, a pillow can do all that.
John's a sub. Some of us are subs, man. A lot of this is coming right back.
Subscribe.
Yeah, a lot of this is coming back to our porno grind band. I gotta say.
I am what I
Rating of
is.
this.
Just throw it on you.
Oh man,
That's hilarious.
Phrasing.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Eric.
What happened to the luscious locks that you had in the High Priestess video?
I was gonna ask too. Were they real then? That was I don't know.
They were real. What's happening is you'll notice I have a pretty big forehead. You could probably land a plane on that landing strip.
I hear you, brother.
So the story in short, the story in short, is just that I was like, man, I am going to go bald someday. Like, it's gonna happen. It's in my family. So I've put it off until now. I guess at the time I was 30 years old or so. So I was like, man, if I'm ever gonna have long hair, it's probably now or never. So I grew my wife and I, we actually shaved our heads together at the same time.
Wow.
And she is half Latina, so she has those thick, vibrant, luscious locks. She's got beautiful head of hair. So by the time my hair was like down to here, she was already down to there. But it took me a long time to grow the hair, and she was very supportive. But near the end, she was like, "So when are you going to cut the hair?"
She's got the hair, bud.
She's like,
passively.
Yeah,
throwing
yeah.
it in there.
She's like, "It makes you look older. You look like an old man." And I'm like, "Thank you, sweetheart." Like, this is no. But yeah, so I was like, well, I've come this far, and COVID happened, so I didn't play hardly any shows. I'm like, I've come this far. I've gone through the ugly phase. I have the long hair, and I don't want to have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
So I told her, just wait until we do the music videos, and then you can have your way with me, or you can send me to the haircut or whatever. And as it happened, the evening after the last photo shoot that we did on that content weekend, where we all came out and we all shot the music videos and stuff, that very night, she cut my hair and turned me into something roughly resembling a chubby David Lynch.
So, so she marked it in her calendar, huh? She marked it down,
Nice.
ready to go.
She was like, "Can I was telling her, I was like, I'm thinking about going to the hair cutter on Tuesday. This was a Sunday, and she's like, "Can I actually just cut it?" I'm like,
wow.
"No, you're gonna butcher me." But
She
I'm
wanted
like,
to
"You
get started
waited
right
so-"
away.
My
Yeah.
wife cut my hair once.
Never again.
Turns out there's a reason you pay people to do that.
Yeah, put a bowl on your head.
Well, she was just buzzing it though. How wrong can it go when you just buzz
she
your hair
tried to
down to the
scissor cut
bottom,
it.
right?
You'd be surprised.
I'm sorry. Is that a Big Lebowski sweater on your chair, sir?
Yeah. I was feeling chilly, and
Nice. The dude.
that's a movie that everybody raved about, and so I watched it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't get it. Why is this funny? And then I watched it in my 20s, and I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of get it. And then I watched it in my 30s, and I'm like, this is one of the funniest movies I've seen in my life.
Fucking brilliant. Yeah.
I think that's a
Sometimes
movie you need
man.
to be a certain age to appreciate. That's just my speculation, though.
Sometimes there's a man.
Sometimes,
Love that, man.
well, there's a man. I forgot what I was saying.
Sorry. Sorry.
Do you have, are all the members living in the same area, or do you guys, because you said you met up for content creating, or you guys live far away throughout the states?
No, that sucks ass. We've got the band spread out over multiple states. So, if anybody ever leaves in the future, we'll probably replace them with people in Salt Lake City, just to make it easier so we can actually meet to do rehearsals and stuff. So
Yeah.
Go old school, put up the flyers just around your neighborhood. Like anybody that lives here.
if you're not in my zip code, fuck off.
Exactly. An old copy machine. Yeah.
Been there,
Pull
done
off a
that.
tab.
Has it been working out though? Like when everybody met up, there was no like shocks, like all of a sudden nobody wasn't able to play or something like that? If you had any of those moments?
Luckily, nobody catfished anybody. We
Look nothing like your profile.
it's like a really I don't want to body shame, so I won't make jokes about appearances, but yeah, it was just We vet the people that we want to take on board. They need to be a good fit, not only musically but also like culturally and personality wise. We've just there has been in the past a revolving door of musicians, and we're really trying to clamp down on that. So yeah, we think it's important to mark all of those boxes. But to your point, I'm off base. It's a commitment. When you are practicing at home, you learn your shit, and then when we do meet to rehearse, you need to know your stuff. Like this is fun, but you have to treat it like a business, is the way that I look at it. Like, because if you come to rehearsal and you don't know your stuff, you're wasting my time, and my time is money. My time is valuable, and it's disrespectful to show up and not know what everybody else knows.
Especially living that far away and meeting up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Yeah, because you can't meet up that often, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a date. We have to fucking be here. We have to do this shit. Then somebody shows up. They're like, wait, what key was this in? You're like,
bro, you don't know the song?
what the fuck?
Especially if you're
again.
So when
that
you
was me. That was me in the last band I was in. Wait, what?
I believe that.
I didn't hear that in the song.
That sounds like a Ryan thing.
Yeah.
How many bands have you been in or since Judicator? Has it been Judicator for probably majority of the time, right? But before that, what did you do?
Yeah, I started in high school a little band that was called Shadow Seer.
Nice.
And then
it's a good name.
Yeah, it's a pretty good name. I came up with it, so I'm glad to hear that. But then I joined another band called Dysphoria, and that band still hurts me to this day because we really could have done something, I feel, and it's a real shame that things didn't work out.
I have a band like that.
Yeah, and so that led to me getting into Dire Peril for a while, which has disbanded as of this year. Judicator I got into 2012. So I think that makes 10 years in Judicator. Holy moly.
Wow.
Good Lord.
This is the anniversary stream.
Happy anniversary, man.
Anniversry stream.
That's why you're on the Gaijin Guys Japanese metal show.
Here, just give me 5 minutes to set up a celebration, a virtual background.
There you go.
All right, we're all gonna stop and wait.
Okay. Quiet.
Everybody's here, champ.
All right. In the meantime, I got to ask you: have you ever listened to any Japanese hard rock or heavy metal?
So I can't say that like I'm into Japanese music, but I've never really been into anime in general. But somebody just recommended you have to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and so I gave it a shot. I had smoked a lot of weed, and it was the Japanese version. There were no subs or dubs or anything. And so I was so confused, and I started to get scared because Edward is like with like lightning and stuff. So I turned it off, and I didn't touch it again for another few months. But eventually I watched the first few episodes, and I got really hooked into it. And I have a deep appreciation for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like the opening for that anime. The first one's really good.
Yeah, the music. All right, so yeah, so to your question, it's like I think that show opened up just how cool Japanese music can be. Yeah,
it's funny because a lot of I mean, the anime music is very harkens back to a bygone era, I think, of music and the grandiosity of how music can be, and it kind of, a bit power metal-y, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of it that is very. I know when I started watching like One Punch Man, I'm like, this is like a whole song. It's not just an intro. It's not a 40-second intro. It's a whole fucking song, and it's pretty awesome.
Well, and what I've noticed too is that like when because like Japanese or anime openings, they're so intertwined with the music that's being played, it becomes like iconic. Whenever I hear that song, I'll always think of that show. And so I noticed, like, whether it's halfway through the season or on the next season when they switch songs,
Yeah.
I've noticed there is either a really good or a really bad reaction. Like, it's part of the experience or the culture of the show or something like that.
Yeah, there's some bands that have made huge progress and leaps with being associated with an anime, and that's just like that's a part of the music we're talking about. You know, we got into. You mentioned you write the music. You're an architect for the basic structure of your songs. You present it to the band. They add their flavor to it, and it becomes a bigger thing. And that's what with one of my favorite bands called Bandmate is the same kind of way. The guitarist writes, she presents a song as a demo and says, "Here it is," and then all the other band members add to it what they can, and she says they just make it better. And it's just kind of a nice little comparison how it kind of works out with what you do and what she does.
Yeah, so it sounds similar for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I never even thought about, but yeah, some of the shows that you guys are talking about, like the ones you really remember, always have a good song in the beginning.
I think it's key. I think it's like super important to the whole process in general. I mean, look at Demon Slayer, for example, with Lisa's Grunge, which like that song got hugely popular. And you know, Lisa's popular, you know, sort of pop rock vocalist in Japan. But I mean, the fact that they're able to get these huge superstars, you know, to perform music for these shows, that just shows you like this show is huge. This superstar that's singing this song is huge. You put those things together and suddenly you're watching hundreds of millions of views go up.
Well, Sim, how long has that Sim song been out? It's still getting like
250,000 views.
250,000 views a
every
week. It's
week.
Been out for like months.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like all year, pretty much.
Yeah.
Think smaller too. Like even our Dichotic channel like started because of Maximum the Hormone, and the only reason I know about them is because of Death Note. So
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. There's a lot of. I mean, usually the comparison people draw if you're a Westerner unfamiliar with the music, you associate it with anime, you know, and that's like a lot of people's introduction to it is like, well, if you hear some music you haven't heard from Japan and your reference is anime, this sounds kind of like anime, you know. There's different there's nuances within nuances, same as there is here, you know, but it's just I don't know, it's not a bad thing, you know. It gets a if you happen to like a show, you're going to hear the music, and it's neat hearing a full song to intro a song of a show instead of like a little soundbite, you know.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. And the thing I think of, you know, not being super into Japanese music is like, all right, you have this gateway drug that is anime theme songs or whatever. But my wife has gotten a little bit into K-pop, and so I've been introduced to very little bit, but enough to this like Asian music ecosystem that is doing perfectly fine by itself. Like it doesn't need, as far as I know, it does not need America's money or Europe's money. Like they're doing their own thing. Because my selfish thought is like, well, if they would only just sing in English, then I would be much more open to it or whatever. But it's like, they don't give a shit. They've got their fans and they don't need us.
Yeah, listen, motherfuckers, pay attention. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it's just kind of cool. I'm glad that everything that's happening over there is, I guess.
Yeah, for all of us here, I think that's how a majority of all of our channels have started and got us into all of this. I mean, and then Champ's done a lot of K-pop kind of reactions and stuff too to music. I saw his face like light up when he mentioned K-pop.
I am through my brain. I immediately thought, okay, how many songs can I tell this guy to listen to right now?
We go to this. We've gone to this Korean barbecue place, and nothing makes me feel like a more degenerate, sweaty, fat piece of shit than sitting eating Korean barbecue, watching K-pop music videos with these immaculate, perfectly proportioned people, these beautiful people in these like fantastic music videos, and I'm just sitting there just like slobbering on like Korean barbecue,
sweating from the fucking heat. Oh god.
I have to undo my belt and just like sit back and be like, oh goddamn, I got the meat sweats.
Especially since at the Korean places they just keep giving you food. You know, if you go get Korean food, I don't know how many of you have actually gone out to like a Korean restaurant and got food, but they give you like 7, 8, 9 different like sides and everything that goes with it. So you could just sit there eating for like an hour, just constantly nonstop. So you'll feel fat at the end of that.
I love Korean barbecues. Every time I go to California, I always go to them. We don't have any here in El Paso, Texas, but when I go to California,
we had one, but it closed down.
Oh yeah,
we like that place too.
They're like really all over here in New Jersey, man. There's like 3 of them within 10 minutes of me.
Wow.
My uncle married a Korean woman, and she introduced my dad to kimchi, which he really liked. Yeah. But the family fucking hated because it stunk so goddamn bad. I mean, it's like rotten cabbage and vegetables. I mean, if you love it, that's fine. But when you open it up in a house, you're like, oh my God. Are you going to be okay after you eat this?
I hope it doesn't smell worse going out.
Right.
Oh my.
I hope it does.
The bathroom for 45 minutes.
I really hope it does smell worse going out, because the idea of it smelling worse
that would be
beforehand
even more weird.
Is wow.
It comes out, smells like roses.
That would be there's a secret recipe there somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Make money off that.
Lavender scented shit.
There's something out there that like makes that happen. You ever see that? There's like a pill that you could take that makes your shit smell like flowers. I've never tried it myself. But,
I think that was like a joke a long time ago. I don't think that really happened. I don't think that really happened, Champ.
Was that not real? Don't break my heart, man. I'm celebrating right now. Look at this. Always going to smell like shit. I don't want to be taken down.
So I was going to ask you, with the next album, are you going to keep the same writing process, or are you guys going to change it up? You're going to meet up the right, or you're going to keep it kind of the same?
We've actually already got the next EP, which will be released next year. We have that written, and we're working on it now. That was written by myself and somebody who's actually not in the band, but is a longtime friend of the band, Austin Bentley of Fervence and Machines of Man. So it's going to have 1 original song and 2 covers, one of which we've already announced, which is Mandy, Barry Manilow cover. And the other is a song that is secret for now, but it's something that our Patreon supporters voted on. But yeah, the Mandy song, I'm so happy with it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Nicolas Cage movie Mandy.
No, I haven't.
Okay, well,
if you want something for that song,
you really should. It's as movies go, it's positively loony, and it's the perfect movie for Nicolas Cage. I can't imagine a more perfect movie that just captures the essence of Cage.
Well, that word loony that you just used was the perfect explanation of Nicolas Cage also. So yeah, I can see that.
It's like a drug-infused nightmare, but it's also a really beautiful fantasy book. Like those two things are what the movie has going on.
So
but anyway, so
a metal Barry Manilow cover.
And Mandy's like his slowest song. You came and you gave without taking.
I want to hear it right now.
I cannot wait to hear it. And guys, that being said, check out their Patreon. I saw a few of you said you subscribe to the channel, guys. If you guys want to support them further, it's patreon.com/Judicator Metal. Is that what it is? Or just Judicator?
Yeah. I'll put it in the chat. But yeah, our Patreon is our lifeblood. We don't... we make money, but the Patreon money is far fewer strings attached and much more consistent. And we have a lot of fun in the Patreon. So definitely, if you're interested, go and sign up and give us some money. But to the original question, so that's the EP that'll be coming out next year. Then 2024, we're going to be releasing another album. The music is already written. I wrote maybe 4 of the songs, and the other 4 songs were collaborations between band members. Nice. So if this is the way it continues, then that's fine by me. If it ends up being more collaboration, that's fine. But I would say with the next Judicator album, expect something. So the pendulum swung pretty far out with the Majesty of Decay, and with the next album, it's going to swing a little bit further into our previous material.
Oh, man.
A little bit more
That's
mainstream.
I gotta say, I'll just throw this in here.
Got to make
There's
big bucks.
Are you familiar with Unleash the Archers?
Yes, Brittany Slays guested on a Dysphoria song called Lunar Sunrise. So yeah, I've worked with
dude.
her. I know them. They're good people.
Well, that's one other band that when I first checked them out, I just hit play on the stream and I didn't skip anything. And the same thing happened with Judicator. I hit play and I was like, this is a fucking great song. Well, this is a great song. And it's the only comparison I could draw was it's the same quality as like Unleash the Archers. Fucking great music.
That's a very good point.
They're very good. So that is a high compliment in my book.
Yeah,
so thank you very kindly.
Definitely.
So guys, which of the
a bunch of goofballs, but that's okay.
guys, which of the Japanese bands do you think John over here would enjoy? Because the first thing that came to my mind was Love Bites, obviously, right?
I was just about
Love
to.
Bites,
there you go.
Nemophila.
I've heard of them, but I don't think I've ever listened to them.
Oh man, I want to make you lose your
Doesn't
mind.
matter. It's all going to end
say-
up with Bandmate anyway.
Okay, so this is the way we're gonna work. I was gonna say, of course, chat. Let us know right now what song you want to hear from any band. Doesn't matter on the other side of the world. Let us know. Put it in the chat right now.
Fucking
But
Aldius, Unlucky Morpheus.
I was gonna start with
Dollsbox.
Ryan to choose one song first, for him to listen to.
Oh my gosh.
You get to choose one, Ryan.
Alan back to his putting people on the spot. Right. Think hard, brother.
Man.
That new Hagane band too would be a nice option.
Yeah,
Just-
there's a
yeah.
lot more that might fit within, your style of music, but
I think he might like anything. He's doing a cover of Barry Manilow. I don't think it matters.
right, man, you're going to appreciate the songwriting, right?
Yeah. Oh, for
I,
now,
uh,
a good one.
I'm one of those people who, when I say I like everything, and I really mean it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
anything
Even
that
porno
you put
grind.
on.
Eric
Including-
challenged me and he said porno grind. That's exactly what that. I was like, I like something of everything. He's like, but you don't like porno grind. And then I proved him wrong because I ended up liking that song.
Yeah, Keith Meyer mentioned Dice. That's a song that comes to mind. It's got great riffs and great vocals and everything. It's not really, up your alley as far as music style goes, but it's a fantastically written fucking song. I would say from now on, but it's instrumental. I want you to hear it.
So John is a songwriter. Let's remember, right? John considers himself more a songwriter than anything else, right, John?
Singer, songwriter.
Singer-songwriter.
lyricist, yeah, singer,
Okay. So I feel like showing him the songs that we appreciate the actual construction of the song is going to be better than showing him songs that we just think are cool, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think you're right, Ryan, that like, John would probably very much appreciate a really solid Bandmade song because as we all appreciate the structural builds to those songs.
As a singer, he better appreciate it. That's like my favorite vocal
Goddamn.
melody song of Bandmaids. Seriously, it is. It's like the fucking top song for vocal melody for me from Bandmade is Dice.
Now
So if you like it-
you have expectations.
You guys are the experts
You
here.
gotta like it.
Is there any kind of Japanese equivalent to something like Mr. Bungle?
Maximum the Hormone.
Yeah. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
that's probably
or
it.
like Passcode. Some shit like that's fucking crazy.
Fucking
Like
love
where
Pascal.
they genre bend like mad and they scare you with what they change in the
Oh,
middle of a song.
I'm being very sincere here, but if you guys could like put together a list or something and then like message it to me later, I would be very curious to check this stuff out. I
Hell yeah.
love Mr. Bungle, and I think it would be very interesting to hear some like avant-garde kind of Japanese music.
I think
Oh
we
man.
just became.
I
we
feel
just
like-
became friends.
Oh my
Sure.
Yeah, the whole
Don't
fucking.
ask this chat because
Same way that me brings up Mr. Bungle. You're all right.
I feel like everything that comes out of Japan is avant-garde. Honestly, there's so many options.
There's like a-
Minoru, holy shit.
There's
Oh,
like a
so
pale
good.
Pale Dusk and Maximum Hormone came to my mind really quick. I thought of two songs.
Yeah.
Black Ice and Alien immediately. I was like, you will love those songs.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
hey, going back
Maybe-
to Bandmade, that means anything off Unseen World, man. Honestly.
Fuck.
Anything off Unseen World.
Throw
Here,
a
we'll go
black
to
hole
Eric.
at him right now.
Yeah, let's throw a black hole at him.
Fucking yes. All right, let's go. This is my favorite song.
Strong.
All right, and then I'll give everyone else. Are you sure, Ryan? That is the pick. Yep. All right.
It's got everything.
It's got everything. It really does. All right. So we're gonna show you Black Hole. Da-da-da-da. Man, this
a
is
reaction
hard.
channel again. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
So those of you just joining, we're showing Johnny Cakes
From Judicator.
Judicator. Just kidding.
The Judicator. Let's get it right.
All right. It's been funny. Would you show him like Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden? It's like, you never heard this song?
It came up when you searched up black hole, didn't it?
Yeah.
Good call.
Black hole would be a good porno grind.
Depends on what search engine you use. Black hole can give you two very distinct directions.
That is very true,
Soundgarden
right?
or
Don't type it into Bing.
Did you say mouth garden?
no.
All right, we had one pass through. What are you thinking? I just saw the O face, like ooh, and then I just saw that fucking bass in the chat.
Yeah, that bass,
fucking bass.
that bassist knows what he or she is doing, and it really tickles my fancy.
Did we just become best friends? It's
Maybe.
Misa. Misa is
Yup.
playing bass, and she is a musical fucking genius, dude.
Yeah, that slaps. It's bussin'.
The next measure might give you a bit of attention to the drummer.
All right, here we go.
And just so you know, it's an all girls band.
Yeah, it's all girls.
Oh, okay.
Bridge time.
All right, what
And
do
now
you
the
think?
song's over.
What do you think, man?
That's a short roller coaster ride.
Yeah, that's
And you get
accurate.
right back in line.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
fucking go again.
That felt like it was only like a 3.5 minute long song, but it feels like they jam packed a lot of stuff in there. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing.
No, I don't even think it's that long, right? It's less than 3 minutes, isn't it?
3 minutes and 5
Interesting.
seconds.
I think it's like the shortest song on the album, actually.
Wow.
3 minutes.
Yeah,
Forgot how much of a banger that one was.
I'm impressed. And the something, and again, I know nothing about. I know next to nothing about Japanese music.
I'm curious to what you're going to say right now.
My impression is in the West, there's a lot of like shouting about like representation in music or whatever. And like, we need more like female representation, people of color, whatever. But my impression of music out of Japan is it's just like, there's a lot more women in music is my impression.
Yeah, man.
And because when you said like a female only metal band out of Japan, I wasn't even surprised. I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, and not even because of baby metal, but just because from my limited experience so far, I've noticed there's a lot of men and women.
It's ridiculous how many all female bands there are that are just like crushing it, dude. And there's plenty that are both or it's rare that you find one that's just guys or girls, and Anemophilia is another one that's a little more. The song Black Hole is probably it's one of their heaviest songs, and their other songs they're not like that, but there's still that complexity that's in there. And Anemophilia is more geared towards metal with like screaming and some harder edge vocals in it, and it's another all female band, and they're fucking fantastic. It's almost a super group. They all came from other bands, but once they got together and played to back the singer for a one-off, they liked it so much they just kept writing music. And you just tumble into this waterfall of musicians in Japan that it's just like, what have we been listening to over here? It's insane. And what they're willing to do with music is just so refreshing because they don't give a fuck, man. The amount of bass players, like you mentioned, the bass player, you pick that up immediately, and she does that with every fucking song, dude. Misa she's been called by the composer of all their music. She's a genius. She can do whatever she wants. You know? And the amount of just female bass players that can do that shit it's like it doesn't make any sense.
It's like the singer from Sokoninaro, singer bass player. She's freaking phenomenal.
Mikasa.
Yeah, Mikasa.
Misaki. Misaki.
Yeah, just amazing. Like very similar.
Man.
Now with screaming, Ryan was just mentioning screaming, and you do screaming also. How is that transitioning from clean to screaming? When you talking
to me?
Yeah. When you do your songs.
You talking to me? I don't really scream that much. I can scream. I have scrum, but it's
I don't care if that's a proper word or not, but that's just how it's going to be.
Oh, that's
so Johnny scrums in his band. You need to put that on there. Vocalist and scrummer.
I scrummed. I scrummed pretty loud. Yeah, I mean,
sounds so dirty.
You do a little bit of it though. This is pretty.
Porno grind.
Yeah, there you
go.
You can scrum your way through porno.
I don't really do harsh vocals live, because I just it's not for me. And that's the thing too, is I found I don't really enjoy doing it, and so it's not something that I've invested a lot of my my stat points into.
Okay, so it's just like if you do, because you did for like a moment in the recording in that song and another song, I can't remember the name of it. So I was wondering if you plan on doing more of that, or if it was just when you feel it's necessary, right?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm to a point now too where unless I feel a need to, or unless there is a reason to, I would rather just offload that to another band member who's probably a lot more enthusiastic about doing it.
Somebody
I'm not I'm not controlling about being the only person who sings or something like that.
Right
So
on.
do you feel that way just about your own music or about music in general, in that like you're not really feeling the screaming music as much unless it's like it's got to have a purpose for that moment?
I like music that has harsh vocals and screaming. I really do. I've just noticed that I need to be in the mood for it much more than if I were to put on like the Grateful Dead or something, where I can just listen to it at any time. Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed you mentioned Protest the Hero as one of my favorite bands. Fortress, I fucking all-time favorite bands. I learned every song off Fortress, and I literally upgraded levels on guitar just learning that album. Like that
Dude, I
album was so
believe it.
amazing. So that was cool that you mentioned that. So and he has screaming. Do you? And I'm assuming you're a fan of his screaming, or?
I adore Protest the Hero. What's his name? Rhodey Walker.
Yeah, Rhodey Walker.
He is very good at what he does. Yes. I really respect what he can do.
We just interviewed a band that had Rhodey guest star on their recent track, and it's crazy how versatile that singer is. Is so good.
He's got so much charisma in his voice.
Yeah.
Like like when the screams come out in the Protest the Hero songs, they do sound really good. But like when he's just doing the regular clean sort of vocals, he sounds like nobody else. Like there's so much personality behind every word that he says in their music. I've always been a big fan of them.
You want to jump immediately when he starts singing, I'm looking at you. You're like,
maybe I should check out this band.
Fortress, man.
I think you'd like them, Ryan.
You would love them.
I mean, they're super technical too, when they want to be, like when it calls for it. They're really, really creative. Like that's the most impressive part about them. I think the creativity. They don't sound like anybody else.
Yeah, they'll shred
That's
your
a hard
face
thing to
off.
do, man. It's a very difficult thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check them out, Ryan. You'll like them. All right, Eric, you choose a song.
Me?
Yeah.
I gotta choose one?
Yeah, we all choose one.
Honorary Gaijin guy Eric. Did we even introduce Eric to the rest of the chat? There's this random guy that just showed up this time. We haven't even said his fucking name.
That's not Wave. Who's this fucking guy?
Everyone's like, oh, we know who Eric is. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Eric.
For the few people that don't, that is Eric from Dico Deck, Alan's band.
Our band. Yeah, I know
Dickadec.
Oh man,
right?
You're causing rifts.
Stop it, champ.
You're causing rifts in the band.
I didn't mean it was Alan's band. I just meant that Alan is here all the time, so I was using him as
you're right.
the avatar for it. But it's everybody's band.
We're gonna have to fight with Eric now after this.
What song you want to choose?
The song I pick is Unlucky Morpheus, Black Pentagram.
Bruh, I was gonna pick them. All right, fine. I'll rethink. Go ahead.
That's awesome that you guys had the same idea. That's an interesting Black Pentagram. All right. I did not expect that from Eric, but that is one of your favorite. Well, introduce yourself, Eric, to everybody who doesn't know who you are. I know you kind of did, but tell them what you do and all that stuff.
I'm the other guy in the Dicodic. I do reactions with Alan, stream with Alan, and we also make music together. Sweet music.
Hell yeah.
And that's it. There's not much else to it.
All right, here we go.
It is the story of Eric.
Anime and Japanese music. That's it.
All right, here we go. Black Pentagram, Unlucky Morpheus. Eric chose. I'll put the music video up here in just a second, but the song's gonna be playing right now. So what do you think so far, man? Can't hear you. I don't know why I can't hear you. Hold on, let me go back.
I had my I had to fart, so I muted the microphone.
Oh, we want to hear that. Why'd you do that?
But I stopped expressing myself because I was like focusing on the music video. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really enjoying it. Seeing these beautiful Japanese people makes me think like, man, I got to do some jumping jacks.
If you're American, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dope.
There we go. Sorry.
So do you even think about, the lyrics being in Japanese? I can't understand them. Is that a thing?
That is the one shame about this whole thing, I suspect, is that I imagine I would be able to connect more with the music if I understood what was being talked about. I mean, this could be a satanic prayer, or it could be a cooking recipe, or it could be excerpts from a Jane Austen book or something. I don't know. But
that's a great point, because when I started listening to it, you bring up, if the lyrics are available, you bring them up and check them out. And I always want to make sure I wasn't liking something that was like a racist fucking rant or some shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And usually what I ended up learning was that like the feeling that you get from it was pretty much what it was about, but you get, and not every time, but for me, it was like, well, let's see. I like Kill Switch Engage. I like Bullet for My Valentine. When they're screaming, I can't understand what the fuck they're saying anyway, but I like it without any reason. So if I have to look up the lyrics for that, what's different than looking up the lyrics for this? So then I started to just look past and just appreciate the music, and I'll check out what it's about. And I mean, that's the thing, that even if you can't understand the English lyrics that are being sang, it's in English. And it's a barrier that a lot of people like can't get over. Like, I've had some of my best friends like, dude, just fucking listen to this. It's awesome. Like, yeah, but it's in Japanese. Like, so the fuck what?
Yeah.
It's great music. But if you're not a musician, it's that's a barrier that needs to be kind of broken down.
Yeah, I suppose I can see that.
The whole thing about music is like, it's supposed to make you feel something. So I mean, if you spend a lot of time focusing on the lyrics, you kind of like lose that feeling, I guess. But there have been cases too where like it makes knowing what the lyrics are about like makes you feel it even more. So
I gotta say, I'm like I've noticed I've enjoyed songs better once I figure out the lyrics on some songs. There's some songs where it does have a significant impact. And plus, like, being the realm of, I know you're doing a lot of you're a lyricist, right? You're writing lyrics. So you're probably honing in on that first as a vocalist. Correct me if I'm wrong, but probably your first thing your brain's going to technically go to right away, and then secondary everything else. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and that's true. I think that it's not like a binary thing. Like, it can be more than one thing.
Yeah.
And so for me, in my mind, music is like firing on all cylinders to me when the music works in perfect tandem with the lyrics, and
I agree.
and when the lyrics themselves are like really good. And I don't know, as somebody who really appreciates poetry, I love music that approaches lyrics in that way.
I feel you on that.
All right.
So, I totally, but it's like, that's one perspective. The other perspective, which I also agree with, is if I were to listen to Russian pop rock or Taiwanese funk or something, if the musicians are good and capable, they should be able to take you to whatever headspace they are trying to take you to with their music. Be damned whether or not you can understand the lyrics.
That's true.
So say you hear a band you like, you look up their lyrics and you realize that they're pretty poetic, or they're pretty deep in their lyricism. You can kind of trust them to be, not bullshit. The more you listen to their music, and it might be easier to listen to.
That's a good point.
Made me want to go check out Taiwanese funk now.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Taiwanese funk is off the hook.
Maybe it exists. Who knows?
I'm sure it does, man. Let's look it up right now.
Everything exists.
That is
Everything
true.
exists on the internet.
Taiwanese funk band.
There we go.
I mean, if mariachi metal exists, I mean, anything's possible.
That's true.
Well, there's a Taiwanese band called Funky Brothers.
Oh,
There you go.
All right.
They said they felt a lack of funky music in the Taiwan indie music scene. So there you go. We found it.
Hell
Mission
yeah. They're
accomplished,
going to make it
boys.
happen for everybody.
We should start a Taiwanese funk band. I think we have little to no competition.
There's one band.
The
Porno brand
Taiwanese
band?
funk band in America.
Yeah, I feel like
Hell
one of
yeah.
us should be Taiwanese at least.
Those fireworks
I
at 4th
mean-
of July, man.
Champ, what song would you suggest for John?
All right, I'm gonna take it back a little bit here. I'm gonna go with Passcode's "One Step Beyond."
Passcode. Well, let's finish the song first, just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We're still halfway through. I think.
I was like, God damn, Eric got shafted real quick.
No. Sorry, we had a nice long conversation. I figured, yeah. Let's hear the rest of the song.
Here we go. Passcode, champ. Wow, that was not expecting that from you.
Yeah.
We can't hear it.
That sounds terrific.
My
The
bad.
song took a very interesting turn there.
Oh, Alan.
When they decided to turn off their instruments.
They decided to dive underwater and play their concert.
Imagine the middle of the song, they're just like they just hit the power button on everything.
Mm. So, what did you think of that section?
I always think about my mother, who I love dearly, but she is very much she does not like metal. She thinks it's it's bad stuff. And I was just like, man, if I showed this to my mom, she would probably like it.
Oh, wow.
I can just hear her saying like, well, I don't really like metal, but they're very good. So
Wow, okay.
I'm sure this would have Mama's stamp of approval.
I
So
wish I
the-
could get my mom to appreciate music like that.
So the singer, her name's this is Unlucky Morpheus, yeah?
Yeah, it's on like more.
Okay, so it's Fuki.
Yep.
And she sings with I don't know how many bands she's a part of. She's like several bands. She's always part of it. She tweaks her vocal style for whatever band she's in.
Mm.
And she's one of my favorite singers.
Yeah.
And
She has 90 full albums that she sung on.
holy
90.
shit, 90
That's-
albums
What the
with
fuck,
very
man?
any idea how many different bands?
I
It's
have no idea.
5
Oh, man.
the last time I checked, if I
90
remember.
albums.
She has a
Could
solo
you imagine?
album.
That's an insane amount of albums for five
Dolls
different bands.
Box. I can't remember.
Yeah,
what
that's
else.
insane, dude.
There's so
My
much
favorite
logic.
part of the band is the violinist. I feel like she adds just so much to the
It's a
sound of
great
the
addition,
music.
yeah.
You know, when they
Live,
do
the
the
guitarist can't play that solo, so the violinist plays the guitar solo live.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. Because I've seen them do, like, they'll do the call and the response with the guitar and the violin, where they will literally replicate each other's solo part. You know, the guitarist will do it and the violinist will do it. But I've never actually seen the violinist take one of the guitarist's parts and play it.
Yeah,
awesome.
that violinist is really good. All right, we'll go check out Passcode. I'm really curious about this. I have my predictions on if you're gonna like this or not. It's
So I was
high.
gonna go with Nemophila because I just think Nemophila is like really, really fucking good.
The lyrics are in
But I
English on that new song.
But I also feel like they are like a little bit more like obvious. Like they're not going to throw you off as much, you know. But Passcode is weird as fuck, and I feel like when he brought up,
yeah, they are.
I feel like when he mentioned Mr. Bungle, I was just like, let's show him something
Passcode.
fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, that's the one I thought of too. It was Passcode. So.
I thought
This is considered Japanese pop music, so
yeah.
Technically, they fall into the alt idol genre, which doesn't exist anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
What's the name of the song, champ?
One Step Beyond.
I'm not a fan of Passcode.
They're kind of hit and miss with me. Some songs I really, really like, and some I'm just like, eh.
I binged their music once and I ended up downloading 3 albums. So
Hell yeah, baby! I listened to all of their albums. They are fucking nasty,
Right
but they're not for everybody. For
Passcode Hanami is
absolutely.
fucking grown on me a lot here lately.
Man, I'm like conflicted on what to show you. I'm like, it's either Pale Dusk or Max Hormone, but then I have a baby metal song. I was like, but then I'm like, maybe I should show you Nemophil because it is in English. Dissension, they have an English version. They actually did.
They have an all English album.
They have an all English album. It's really good. Nemophil is no joke. Like they're really, really good. She was actually, I saw her in Aftershock, and she was like pregnant for that show in the blistering sun, singing and screaming. Johnny, it was insane. Can you hear us? I don't think. Wait, you're muted again, man.
you're muted.
Shit.
Lots of farting.
Farting so much.
Here we go. Show you some Passcode. I might not have even heard of this song. I don't remember this song, but this sounds straight up like Nintendo music, like
Hell
Nintendo
yeah,
Core. You ever heard of Horse the Band?
Core.
Every time I hear those noises, Horse the Band, they were like the first like Nintendo Core, I guess, in the U.S.
MIDI.
Yeah,
MIDI music.
MIDI. Yeah. John, you're blocked again. By the way, I mean,
Core.
we can't hear you if you're
Christ.
talking.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking. I've heard of Horse the Band though. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that intro right there, with all the weird shit going on?
Again, like with music videos that are very dense visually, I'm very like I get hypnotized and I start analyzing, and I'm always curious because and especially with music videos that are like high level production value like this, I'm interested because nothing is an accident. Everything that you see in frame is there for a reason, and so I'm always curious to see not only or to see and analyze not only the things that are like surface level, but also the stuff that might be on a more subliminal level, I guess. I read into things way too much sometimes, but I find a lot of enjoyment out of that kind of thing.
Oh, man.
We're talking to analytical people over here, so don't worry.
Yeah, I'm
you don't
curious
have to
your insight
explain
then
to
on
us.
this. I don't know if I've heard this one before, guys, but I'm actually digging this one. It's not too bad. I'm actually liking this one. I'm normally hit and miss with this band. Normally I'm just like, because the vocoder just sets me off. I'm like, I don't know, not for me. But it's like part of their flavor or their tone and stuff with the vocals.
It definitely is. Ryan, your thoughts? Because I'm seeing lots of facial expressions coming from you.
It's interesting as hell, dude. It's
right?
just like you don't know what the fuck is going to happen next.
They did just have a key change, and I saw you have an appreciative look on your face when that happened.
Shut up,
what was
man.
that
You don't
all
know
about?
me.
What was that? What was going on there?
I know. I thought you were gonna have the face of disgust, like someone shit in your Cheerios, but it didn't happen.
No,
I'm
shitty Cheerios.
I'm not a big fan of key changes. Just like blatant key changes. But when a band does it and they follow it up with something interesting, that's when I like the key changes. So it happens. It happens occasionally. And passcode is something I know it's going to happen. So when it happens, I'm like, all right, what are they going to do?
Yeah, you've kind of got to go into it knowing there's going to be one at some point in the song.
Fucking crazy band, dude.
Yeah,
super rapid fire too. It's just like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Their parts last. Some of their parts last like 2 seconds flat, and then it's over.
I was like dodging.
I can't wait to see your. I can't wait to see your face with Black Ice by Pale Dust. That if you think this is rapid fire, it's going to be pretty mind blowing. And after this, hey, Johnny, think of a song you want to show us.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Yo, this is pretty badass, guys.
Hell yes. Yes. I'm getting them, boss. I'm getting them.
This is way better than I expected. Completely. We're doing this for Johnny. I'm like, guys, I'm digging.
I don't give a fuck what you think, Johnny.
And Eric, give me a virtual pound, man, because I know that you feel them, brother. Yeah. See, Johnny, you got to understand. I every time I have the opportunity, I try to force all title bands onto these guys, and like they just. On the last Patreon group reaction that we did,
we crushed his dreams.
It was a bit of a struggle. It was a bit of a struggle to get them into it. So I'm just happy when everybody gets into it.
I was undecided as to whether or not I liked this band up until like this second stretch that we played.
Yeah.
And
Same.
I think that's where they got me.
Yeah. Verse 2 was very different than verse 1.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Oh, turn it on.
Okay.
I saw a smile. I was like, dude, this is the best passcode song I've heard. I'm getting a warning from copyright, so I got to stop it. But
yeah, it's pretty awesome, dude.
I saw you smiling with a jump.
The dance break got him.
Yeah. I do have to stop it, unfortunately. I got a heads up. We've detected copyright audio in your stream.
Yeah, get rid of it done.
When we play one of your songs, will that happen? Will we be safe? Johnny, when we play a Judicator song?
You're talking about Judicator?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. I mean, as far as the new stuff, the last 2 albums, that's a matter of the record label.
Okay, I
Go
think
for
it'll
it. Who
warn us.
knows? Who knows?
Which record label are you under?
Prosthetic?
Oh yeah, they won't. They shouldn't. They normally don't. They're really good label about that stuff. Hey, while I'm loading up my song that I want to show you, tell everyone about.
Damn, the stream went down, guys.
Oh, it did go down? Okay.
Ah, damn it.
Damn. I would be like, right when I'm about to say, promote the band, John. All right. Yeah. It goes down.
Anyway, tell us about your Patreon and like, yeah, how can
Now
people
nobody's
help you
listening.
out?
Let's hear about your money making scheme.
Yeah, just give it like 30 seconds. It usually
Damn.
comes back.
It'll come back.
I did not know.
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't,
gonna use this opportunity to go to the bathroom.
I didn't think
this
past
has happened before?
It has.
Oh, yeah.
This happened to us, Eric, actually.
God damn.
Once.
Oh yeah, one time.
That was Demosh. And then we
Waves
decided not to do it.
streams
Yeah.
had me
No,
conditioned
but
for
you
this.
guys continued the stream after that?
This was copyrighted for audio, Ryan, not even picture. So like,
Oh.
yeah, I can't even do anything about that one if it's like that. But
Yeah, just cut it out.
hey, we're back. We are
Oh,
back.
thank goodness.
Hey, there we
Yes.
go.
It's Champ's fault.
it is
That
Champ's
fucker-
fault. Yep.
Fucking Champ.
Fucking Champ, dude.
God damn
He's
it.
always causing these problems.
The girls started dancing and hopping up and down, and it all went
Yeah,
to
I couldn't
shit.
take it.
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
That's it. It was already cool. Then you got to start this nonsense.
We've had enough of this.
You got metal drums and metal guitar, and I got girls dancing around. This is too much.
What song do you want us to show them from you guys for Judicator?
From Judicator,
Yeah.
My thinking is that
And it's okay if it's
your
one that we've already
audience-
done.
my thinking is your audience has probably already seen the High Priestess reaction video.
At least 3 of us have.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to play it safe, we could do the High Priestess. If you wanted to do something new or whatever, then we could do the Majesty of Decay. I would rather do one of the new songs. I leave that up to your discretion.
Yeah. Shabo, I did actually, as soon as it popped up, I stopped the song and it still did that. So it did not give me 5 seconds. That was literally
There's
one
that
second.
5 second thing is not. It's a rumor. It definitely goes down when they feel like taking it down.
Yeah, because I tried and bam, it went down right away. So
Well, I think I would like personally. I would like for the chat to be able to hear High Priestess because I think it's like your newest song that's like getting the most attention, and I feel like we should spread that love out as far as we can, rather than listening to an older song.
you know, we'll do High Priestess and we'll do one that just dropped. How about that? We'll see if it works. If it works out, and then go from there. And you can, because I want to ask you about the music video, like little things about it, and I still haven't heard the new song. All right, so I'm gonna just show you Pale Dusk, Black Ice. Hopefully, it doesn't get it taken down. If it does, I'll stop it. I'll stop it right away. Like I said, I did it immediately when I saw it pop up. Maybe I didn't do fast enough. I don't know.
Maybe we'll play 5 to 10 seconds and stop it, and then play 5 to 10 seconds.
Actually,
That sounds like a really enjoyable listening experience.
That's how you learn to love new band.
That's how I
Wait,
listen
hey,
to music
Alan.
at home.
Hey, Alan, why don't we play a Judicator song first so we could at least get one of those out to the chat, just on the off chance that they do block the stream again?
Okay. Yeah. Sounds
At
good.
least everybody gets to hear a Judicator song first.
Yeah. And
Yes,
and then if you guys like this song, or if you don't, you should subscribe anyways to help them out.
Yeah.
Help
There
them
you
get
go.
better if you don't
Love
like
it or hate it.
These
Support
guys
it.
need some help.
Hey, dislikes help too, okay? All right. Oh man.
Publicity is
I
good
still can't believe how this
publicity.
song really just really threw me off. I was not expecting this song. And I'm gonna laugh
I
again,
showed
dude.
it to my
Go ahead,
I
Eric.
showed it to my friend yesterday, and the first word that came out of his mouth, he was like, "Dude, this is badass."
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
It
been
is.
spreading this
I
song.
really think it would.
Yeah.
It would blow up if everybody got wind of it. I think I'm notoriously difficult to please sometimes. So the first time I heard that, I was like, that was fucking awesome. Like I really thought that was really.
I
great.
was shocked Ryan liked it. Ryan's like, "Hey man, you're doing an interview with
Yeah.
Judicator? That's pretty badass." I was
Yeah,
like,
because he told me
"Really?"
that, so I looked you guys up. I'm like, this band's fucking badass. I can't wait to talk to him.
So I think you guys are doing it right, man. Like it's just about getting ears on it. So this is why I love having you on.
That's what we're
dude.
trying to do, man.
Yeah.
The fear is though that like the High Priestess blows up and then everybody expects that from us, but I can't imagine writing an entire album just full of high priestesses, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I don't think any album should be like that, right? Like you want to write an album where not everything sounds exactly the same, but it's also not, it's completely different. You want to have your identity there, but you want to be able to spread your identity as far to the top and bottom as you can, right?
Well, the other songs
totally.
I heard though were really good. I can't remember. It was 2 other ones that I heard. I need to check out the entire one, and it was really good. Watch, it's gonna be this new one that we're about to check out.
Like I said, I listened to you for a while, man, just on random, and I didn't hear anything that was like, "What the fuck is this?" It was all, it all fit. It all sounded like really good together. There wasn't anything that was like a huge distinction. There's different, you know, kind of flavors to it or whatever, but it wasn't off-putting. So I wouldn't worry about that, man.
Plus, you could always go forward thinking like, you know, on our next album or whatever, maybe we write one song that's like that, or you know, what nobody expects every song.
Fuck
to
you guys,
same.
I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah,
I think
do whatever
when
you
bands
want.
change up genres, like they just instinctively put in like those aspects of them that everybody recognizes. So I mean, it doesn't matter how different you go, like it'll still have that little bit of, you know.
Yeah. Have any of you guys heard of clowncore?
Yes. Oh my God, fucking hilarious. I love it.
Okay, well, yeah, we
I don't think
have
they
I'm
have.
surprised Alan's the one that's like, oh yes, of course, I love it.
that's one we should watch.
I definitely should show him that. We reacted to that. I did it with Frank, our drummer. He lost his mind. He's like, "What the fuck is this?"
So we have a saxophone twice on The Majesty of Decay, and there have been some people who are like, you know, not happy that we have a brass section in the album. Fine, whatever. But with the next album,
all brass.
Well, no, but
no guitar.
There was when I was writing one of the songs, I just felt compelled to write something that resembled clowncore, and there's a saxophone solo, and it's really like fuck you, aggressive kind of in feeling, and so I'm thinking that'll be the sort of middle finger to the people who didn't like the first round.
That's crazy.
So we'll
Did you get a lot of comments on that? Like they're just like, we don't like this, or?
Well, I mean, we kind of were asking for it in one sense, because like I said, there was a big question mark I think, in people's minds what the next new album was going to sound like. And so, you know, to make The High Priestess the sort of flagship song for the album is definitely going to be a cause for concern to a lot of people. Is this the new direction Judicator is going? Are they going to sound like brass and Tom Jones and funk? Is Judicator dead?
Dude,
I think
when
that's
the saxophones came in, I was so fucking happy with it.
Same.
Right?
Awesome.
It's fun.
It adds like this other like a dimension of fucking weight to the song. It's just crazy.
That I think is what really makes the band stand out. Like your personality shine through the music video, but the fact that, because that was the first thing I said during that video in particular, I'm like, holy shit, was that trumpet just came in? I'm like, I think that's unique because you don't hear that in that style of music that I know of like that. The way that you did it.
I really like the brass section. I do, but honestly, the thing that stood out to me the most was just the feeling of funk behind it that you keep mentioning. Like I definitely, when I listened to it the first time, was thinking, okay, power metal, but like jazzy power metal, you know, and like that's. So like the saxophones are cool, you know, the trumpets are cool. Like you bring in the horns, it definitely like adds to that and stuff like that. But I feel like what was really the soul behind it was the combination of the power metal and the funk sounds, which, you know, I feel like you probably can't get that out of your system even if you tried to, right?
That piano lick is still stuck in my head, like do 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 do. That's the one thing that's like always stuck in my head. And then I'm like, yes. I don't know.
I'm really happy.
Check it out, man.
Yeah, let's check it out.
I'm really happy that we recorded a real brass section and we didn't use like sampling and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Just as a side note, if you can do it live, do it live. But I know it's tough because doing it live can cost a lot of money.
Yeah, and I noticed that. So are those the people that actually played on the actual song, the ones that you had in the music video, or are they just pretending?
The saxophonist and the trumpet player with long hair, or the white guy, the white trumpet player with long hair, are the real. They're 2 out of the 3 who recorded the real thing for us.
Okay.
The others are just. I was like, we were gonna have the original guys who recorded the brass on the album because they knew the parts already.
Yeah.
But then like 2 of them dropped out, and I was like, shit. Like 2 weeks before the music video, like we gotta. And so I was like, can I borrow a trumpet? Do you know somebody who has a trumpet? So I found somebody. I just had to find a couple of trumpets, and then I was like, hey, do you want to be in a music video?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, just here, listen to the song a bunch of times and then just pretend.
Yeah. Hey, that works.
Going, that guy isn't playing the right shit. What the fuck?
It kind of blows me away though that you had people that dropped out after recording their parts, and they were like, well, you know, we don't want to do the part where people can actually see that we're the ones playing though. Like, they went halfway.
I don't think that they dropped out because of anything like negative about me or us. I think it was just they couldn't do it or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that makes sense.
The white guy, the white trumpet player with the glasses, and I think he's Vietnamese, the Asian trumpet player. Both of them were just like, I'm playing the trumpet. I'm playing the trumpet, and they did really well. They got some close-ups. I think if I remember right. So.
All right, let's check it out. Let's do this.
What's the name of the song?
The High Priestess.
Okay, you should turn on the sound.
Yep. Got it. All right, it got us blocked. Oh, damn. The High Priestess got us blocked.
That was fast. All right, someone get on the phone with prosthetic.
Oh, god damn.
That was quick.
That was quick.
All right, guys.
You
heard it.
Champ's fault.
We need
it.
That's what everybody was saying in the chat before. What the hell?
Damn.
Go listen to the band because you heard from that clip how freaking cool it is.
It's funny how this
can't hear
happens,
you
man.
yet, Ryan.
I have a song that I wrote like 15 years ago that I gave to my old band, which they don't even play. They haven't played it in like 10 years, right? But I used it as my intro sequence for my videos for like, I don't know, 2 months. And then it got copyrighted one day and I had to stop playing my own music. This is my music. I wrote this. Like,
that was mine. I was like doing a review of my own song and they're like, yeah, you claim this. Like, it's my fucking song. It's like, well, you're going to get it eventually. But.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Reason for this, you fight it. And like, reason for this, I fucking wrote it.
Right.
This is what we did this on Twitch, John. That's why this didn't happen, because on Twitch they don't do that. They just block it after the fact.
Right.
Yeah. We can't hear you, John.
You're muted.
You're nice and muted.
Sorry, guys. I had baked beans before this. No, I'm kidding. But I don't know the like legality or the details behind the who, what, where, when, why, but like I'm looking right now. I pulled it up on YouTube. There is somebody uploaded the entire Majesty of Decay album. It's not prosthetic. So I saw that. Why can't we do this? But this guy can have the entire album.
They can upload it, and which is fine. But YouTube for some reason won't let you stream it, and they'll block it. So if they upload it, your band will still get all the money and stuff, or whoever your publisher is, they'll get the money for them putting up that album, which I don't even know why they would do that. That's so weird. But
so for the people listening, the best thing to do is go to the site for Judicator, subscribe, and check out their music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
listen to it all.
As
a Patreon,
as a pure point of just vanity. Everybody listening, go subscribe to our YouTube channel because we are so close to hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark.
Hell yeah.
And that would just be really cool. That would be really cool. But the links I'm sharing in the chat are prosthetics. So
yeah, I was gonna say So just to be clear, there's a Judicator channel and a prosthetic channel.
I'm putting the Judicator metal right now. There you
Oh
go.
joy.
There it
I
is.
definitely listened to your songs on the prosthetic channel.
That link I just put, guys, is the correct link to their channel. If you guys want to subscribe to them, it's you guys are at 992. Guys and guys is already subscribed.
We're so
9 more
close.
subs. Get there. Fucking get there. Let's make it happen right now, guys.
You just need 8
get into
people.
1,000.
That's it.
7 now.
I got another one because I wasn't subscribed like a dick.
I wasn't either, so I'm doing it now. 996.
Wait, I got more
I'm
accounts.
talking up the band. I didn't even subscribe to their fucking channel.
996. We're almost
All right.
there.
Let's go, guys.
I just
Come
subbed.
on.
Coffee comments now. Subscriber Judicator Metal.
Yes.
Oh, we blew it on tree.
Can't find it.
I subscribed. There. You're at 1,000, sir. Bam. Congratulations.
We did it.
We did it. Team effort.
Let's keep it going.
You now can monetize.
Scribbled.
That's hilarious.
So when do we get our royalty checks?
Good blocking our shit.
Yeah, you're blocking our
send you,
shit, Dick. That's good.
I'll send you
able
feet
to
pics or
whitelist this
something.
now.
Onlyfit.com?
I demand the best feet pics, specifically the big toe.
The big
Same thing
toe.
like my channel. You'll check it in an hour and it'll be like 998. Like, what the fuck? I just hit 1,000.
They all
Yeah,
unsubscribed later.
Oh my god. People do that
Oh,
shit
that's
to
funny.
Twitch streamers all the time. It's funny as fuck. It's like, I'm almost at 1 million, guys. And then you just see them rapidly just fucking
Unsubbing.
Just declining. Just to be spiteful.
That's fucking hilarious.
People are such assholes, honestly.
Was it like Mr. Beast was doing that, trying to hit his 100 million? Everyone just started unsubscribing in planes. He's like, I should never said anything because now people are gonna be dicks and just unsubscribe.
Especially for someone like that, that's literally just like going out doing charity and shit like that. It's just like, why?
I think of any of you guys like Seinfeld?
I do.
course.
Yeah.
I think of the episode where Jerry's trying to return his coat, and they're like, "Why would you want to return the coat?" And he's like, "Spite." And they're like, "You can't return a coat out of spite." And
Why not?
what does the reason matter? Anyway,
That's a good episode.
Why did you do this? Spite. That's all.
I forgot about that episode. Every time I think of a coat, it's just the pirate jacket.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, anything you want to tell everyone about the upcoming future of the band? Like, you guys got shows coming up, you got a tour going on. I know you're working on new music, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
The platform is yours.
So if this is the closing out section where I just whore myself a little bit, then I
Yes.
would say
Pour yourself out.
You need to bend over, preferably.
Oh, you're bending over, Alan. He's the one,
yeah, Daddy Stannis gonna come up on me. What do they call it?
And the stream's down.
Senpai Stannis.
Hey, we got blocked again. Really quickly.
Oh my god. Yo, I love
Hashtag
that,
Senpai
bro.
Stannis.
So
Yeah,
you have
you
a
just-
tour
that-
coming up? For fuck's sake.
We still want to see your body pillow.
You know what? If you have me on again in 2024 when the next album comes out, then I will have a anime body pillow.
Wait, what year is it now?
It's 2022, but
Oh, yeah,
2023. All right,
Just
so
around the corner.
this segues into my whoring session. So,
Yes.
so yeah, we've released The Majesty of Decay. That's out now. Go out and buy it and enjoy it, stream it, whatever. We are in April of next year, which is just around the corner, going to be performing at Hyperspace Metal Festival. That's in Vancouver, BC, Canada. We will be performing in Salt Lake next year, and we may be doing a little mini tour, which would probably be something like Phoenix, San Diego, Los Angeles, maybe Sacramento.
Indiana.
El Paso,
That is
Texas.
El Paso.
so stand by, baby bird.
New Jersey.
So we're going to be playing a few shows next year, but we're going to be producing this next EP, which I told you about. It's going to have one original, 2 covers, one of which was selected by us. That's Mandy by Barry Manilow. The other is a song that our Patreon supporters voted on. So if this is the kind of thing you enjoy doing, go and hop on our Patreon, show some love, show some support. No joke, the Patreon has changed the way that we do business and the way that we operate as a band. For example, we have built a live rig with in-ear monitor system and everything.
Nice,
and this
man.
was only possible because of our Patreon. So you do that, you have our undying gratitude. So next year, Hyperspace Metal Festival, stay tuned. There's going to be other shows coming up.
I just want to commend you, bro. That's like fucking crazy that you guys decided to give your patrons the choice of what song you guys were going to put on your album. That is some serious like love to your fans. I don't think I'd ever give anybody that opportunity, but it takes some balls, but I applaud you for it.
The only asterisk with that is we do reserve veto power.
You gotta.
We feel pretty good about our fans, but it's like we're not gonna sing any songs that go too far, or like was brought up earlier, like a song that had racism or a song by a racist band or something like that. We're not going to do that. Or if they wanted us to play like Learning to Live by Dream Theater, we might be like, can you please pick a different song? No, luckily the song
porno grind.
The note yeah.
No porno grind.
No porno grind. But so we've got the EP should be out next year, and then 2024 we'll be doing another album. And after that point, moving forward, we're going to be focusing a lot more on touring. So, Indiana, New Jersey, that's going to be a lot more possible in 2024.
I'm really interested in this Friends with Benefits tier right here.
Oh man, is it something you can pay for?
Yeah, dude, only $6.
Dude, why so much easier than putting in all the work.
Why does your Patreon? Why does your Patreon look like an OnlyFans, bro?
Man, dating
Friends with Benefits, goddamn.
Only $6, dude. I can afford that.
Did you say $6?
Sex bucks.
Oh my God, there's more levels to this madness.
That's the name of a band right there. It's the Sex Bucks.
Bro, you can get married. We are married for $25. Man, this is a polygamous band.
Well, I am from Utah, so it fits.
There you go. The Mormonology over here.
Oh
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you use a thing called Skype. That still exists?
Yeah, I guess I need to get on Twitch. My millennialisms are showing, I guess.
Very cool, man.
Yeah,
very cool. So everybody go support Judicator. At least subscribe to the channel and take a look at their Patreon, because it looks like it might be a lot of fun.
There's some reasonable options there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Friends with Benefits, so
like
you
that.
can't get anything better than that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basic bro Budweiser vanilla, appeals to everybody. Like
that should be the higher tier, in
best
my
value.
opinion. Friends with Benefits
Friends
should
with
be
Benefits
higher.
because it could be because you like that option better than just dating somebody.
Very minimal commitment,
But you get all the benefits. I mean, come on.
Drama.
Less drama. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Cool. Keep talking, John. My bad.
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay.
Show
All
some
right.
support and love.
Great.
I appreciate you guys for having me on. This was a blast, and you guys are great. And I was serious too. Definitely, if you'd be so kind, send me a list of like 5 bands that you recommend that I look through, and I will, because
that's
some
cool.
saucy stuff.
Awesome.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to collaborate on this list decision for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be awesome. And then you're more than welcome to come on sooner than a year from now, man. Just let us know if you got new music videos you want to promote or anything. We would love to have you again. Love to show you more music. At least we know, at least we learned today Bandmate doesn't get blocked. I think it's the only band that doesn't get blocked. Oh, and Unlucky Morpheus.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, cool. It was nice to meet you, my brother.
Yep. Thank you, John. That was awesome.
That it was.
Likewise. Thank you guys so much. This was great.
See you later, chat.
And guys, subscribe to us too, the Guys and Guys, if you're not.
Yeah, once you're done subscribing,
and like the video,
Judicator, head over to the Guys.
Like the video. Send us some super chats at the last second too.
BG.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right.
Bye.
See you. All right, stream